Hippo.
Broadcast Hippo Digital Media.
And we're starting the show.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. It is what? June, July, August, September, what? 2nd?
Second.
Yes, 2nd. 2021 in the year of our Lord. But I do believe it. Isn't it in the year of our Lord 2021?
Yeah, you're supposed to say it first.
Yeah, right? Okay. I was always wondering about that. So, how's your week going? We'll wait for Andrew to get back on.
It's so good. I'm taking every Friday in September off of work, so this is technically my Friday.
Wait a minute. So, like, is that voluntary?
Oh, yeah, I have vacation days, and the boss said, we want you to use your vacation days, so I found a creative way to use them.
I don't know. It seems weird, but a lot of people that I've been talking to who have, like, vacation days, their employers have seemingly been pushing for them to use them up. Like, use your vacation days. Use your vacation days. Like, even at my job, like, they have been really pushing for you to use. It's almost as if something's going to happen that will benefit employees if you don't use up your vacation days. I don't know what it is.
Well, I mean, my vacation days don't roll over, so I just get new ones at the start of the year. So I don't get rollover, but I do get like 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's with they recently switched us to a PTO model, so I get about 6 weeks. I can use it for vacation or sick time.
You know, that's dirty. Like, the more I think about like that, like PTO, and they're like, oh, it's all encompassing, because back in the day, you used to have sick time and then your vacation days. Like,
yeah, but how many people actually use sick time for sick time and not just like, I don't want to go in today, so I'm sick.
So what? We don't know the real numbers on that. It's like the census. Like, we don't really know how many people live here, but I mean, I would say more people than not use sick days for sick days.
Yeah,
that is kind of like the same argument for welfare.
I'm not really complaining. There are a lot of jobs out there that don't have vacation or sick time, so I'm pretty technically in Ohio. They don't have to give me breaks, so the benefits that I'm getting, I'm quite happy with.
Come to Ohio. We have the closest thing to slavery that you can possibly imagine.
Exactly. So I don't know if you saw Andrew's message, but apparently he's rebooting his whole computer there.
I heard it in the intro. That it sounded like rebooting.
I did find an interesting little story here, and I know it's not news time, but I thought this would interest you. On here.
Okay.
Just when you thought that there wasn't any hope for the human race, turns out you were right. There is a shop in Brooklyn that is creating and selling Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
That apparently they came out with it for National Mac and Cheese Day back in July, and they sold all 6,000 pints that they had made in an hour. And so apparently there was such demand for this abomination unto the Lord that they have brought it back for a limited time.
Hey, you know what? They do some crazy shit with ice cream nowadays. People eat crazy things now and try to convince me that like it's a good thing. I still can't I still can't wrap my head around chicken and waffles. So, the fact that you
wrap your head around a chicken and waffles. It's a waffle good, chicken with waffle.
Look, just because you add two good things together doesn't necessarily mean that they're both going to be good when put together. Like I am very in this aspect of my life. I am very, very traditional. I have breakfast, which means there must be some form of melted butter and syrup and scrambled eggs and that those are my breakfast foods, right? And then I have lunch, which could be a peanut butter. And hey, look at you!
Hi.
Oh my God! It's
He decided to
Andrew.
work today.
Everyone, how are you?
Dude, I don't know. It's one of those days.
I,
It just everything just crashed.
Mhm.
I like your cup, by the way. It's beautiful.
I'm gonna be drinking out of it for the rest of my life. It's the closest thing to me on a cup I can get.
All right, were you guys in the middle of something? Should I
Hey,
start?
we were just talking about like weird things I consider weird to eat together, like waffles and chicken.
Oh, I was having this conversation the other day. It's not that, but it's similar to that. Like, who is the first person that ate lobster? Like
Somebody who was really hungry.
I know, you get on the bottom of the
Super
ocean.
hungry.
It's got shit all like you. How do you find out you have to scrape shit out of it? You know, it's like it's the weirdest thing. Like how
You watch the first guy and he's like, "Oh, this is horrible," and then the second guy's like, "Maybe if we crack it open." Like, you know.
So it was an evolution. It was an
I
evolution.
always thought like we witnessed some other animal eating the lobster and just copied them.
Oh, that could be too. You know, I was at a wedding this weekend, and they
Like,
had
what animal did you see that brought melted butter and a bib to the beach and cracked open a lobster? And people were like, "That's how you eat those things." Thank God we had this coyote to teach us.
I was at a wedding this weekend, and they had tamales, and 3 white people had to be told that you don't eat the outside shell of the tamale because they tried to eat it. And one guy couldn't get it down. He's like, "Look, this is terrible." I'm like, "Dude, you got to take the shuck off."
And that is why minorities are better than white people, because they told you how to eat it. If we were bad people, we would have just watched you eat a corn husk.
So,
But who keeps trying to eat it and not going, "Oh, look, it's like an envelope."
like an envelope. Hey, so I have a question that I wanted to ask you guys, and it's a weird one. And since there's no ladies on here, maybe Brenda or somebody can pop in here. But you know how a woman walks differently than a man? What, Demetrius? Why are you shaking your head already?
I feel
And I
like this is going down a bad path.
I respectfully decline to participate in this conversation. Once I hear, "Do you know how a woman?" That is when I know that sentence should end in "how a woman gets mad." That's
It's like saying I'm not a racist, but
yeah.
Well, a women, Brenda's like, like, you know how women they when they walk they're wiggles, they sashay. I don't know what you call it, but it's that boom, bum, ba, boom. Like when they walk, they work their behind.
You're like a 1980s comedian. Like guys from the east side go like this, and guys from the west side go like this.
Well,
there is a certain, I will say, there probably, I agree, there's this, most women have a certain canter, like a kind of like, I don't know if it's like natural, it's almost, it's like wildlife. It's a way that like women walk that just like attract men, where men notice it.
Well, yes, thank you to me. So I'm thank you.
It's called yoga pants. That's the difference.
It is, the yoga pants make them walk different. Because if you see a couple walking down the street hand in hand, she is not walking at the same cadence or the same wiggle or whatever you call it as he is. So my question is that a learned behavior, or is that come natural, like that they walk different than we do?
Do you think, I don't know, you live in a household full of women, young women that are being raised. Have you ever seen Colleen take them aside and go, "This is how you walk"?
Well, no, but if they see it, but I don't know, are they emulating other people that they've seen walk like that as women? Or is it that
Is it natural, or is it is it instinctual, or is it learned?
Do we know? Does anyone have any idea? Do we know?
Do we care? I mean, does anybody? Do we really care? This is.
I guess as long as it happens, I guess it's good. But I don't know. It's just-
Yeah. Does it offend you? Are you?
No.
Do you stop her and go, look, I prefer that you walk gender neutral, and to me, gender neutral means that you have some kind of apparatus that hangs between. That is gender neutral. I need you to walk like everybody else, man.
See, now I've just got this image of like grown ass women like waiting for their husbands or any guy to not be around, and then they just gather their girls around. Okay, so these are the secrets that you can't tell men.
Yep.
This is how we walk. This is
because
left heel down, right hip shimmy. Right heel down, left hip shimmy.
it's like the song who's that hey what are those guys? Outcast. Like it's like two midgets in the back seat wrestling.
That's like that's they're driving SUVs, so that's kind of be like them wrestling in an arena.
He's got
so much room back here, Jesus. Like the last time we wrestled in that Hyundai.
Hey Demetrius, why don't you move your camera down so you're equal to us? You look like you're beneath us. There you go. Much better. Because
I was wondering what was going on.
Tiefel and I are like even on the top, and then you're like way down.
I apologize.
What
That's because he sits with style.
What? Yes. Colleen just walked in. We're just talking about the way women walk. Is it a learned behavior or is it instinctual? Because they walk.
See what she throws at him.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Oh, people are texting her. What WTF is going on, or what are we talking? She had to walk in to find out.
Stop telling Colleen on Andrew. Stop doing it. He gets into enough trouble with her by himself.
Colleen says it is not instinctual, so therefore it's like every woman develops their own walk. That's very interesting.
I walk very.
Oh yeah, because she walks a very non-sex. She walks like a dude. And then when
she does wear the pants in your relationship.
when she wants to turn it on, then she's like boom, bop, ba, boom, bop, ba, boom.
Dude, isn't that scary? Isn't it like scary that she can do that? Like,
yes.
You know what? I can. Now this is my seduce walk, and you're just like, wow, I didn't even.
Wow,
dude, I just saw you wrestle a bear. That's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
See? By the way, Brenda says I just walk. So yeah, it's definitely not instinct. I guess you guys do that. So when there's more swing in your step, then you are trying to swing it. Colleen says yes, they want attention. It's definitely not. It's not. It's learned behavior. It's what they do it on purpose. All right. The other thing was I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Do we want to talk about abortion?
Wow, that's a heavy topic for 6:40 in the morning.
I know, but it's very important.
It is.
Let's start. I just have a quick take, and then if you guys like the path, if you don't like the path, we can bail. So Texas is basically banned abortion, even though Roe versus Wade, they banned abortion.
Dead.
And now people around the country are complaining that Roe versus Wade is the law of the land, which is basically my body, my choice for women, and that you can't ban abortion. But Texas has this weird law now that just went into effect that says they can ban abortion. So I have a little different take on this whole thing because women all day yesterday were crying about it, saying, "Oh, it's wrong," blah blah blah. Here's the thing.
Well, Andrew, before you go into your take, I just want to let the audience know that I'm a man and I have no opinion on this issue. Take it away, Andrew.
No. Good call. No, good call. Because here, I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to say the same thing, Christopher. I do not have an opinion on this. What I have an opinion on, you can't cry about it because you didn't vote. I mean, there are consequences to voting. When you put these crazy Republicans in office, then they're allowed to pass these crazy laws. So
The views expressed by Andrew Z are not necessarily those of the show.
What's wrong with it? That's only truth. So the problem is that for years, the majority doesn't care about voting all the time. The minority doesn't miss a goddamn election, so they put all their people into place, all from local to state to federal, all these crazy people that are in office. That is the reason that they're able to do this. So until the majority starts to vote at realizes there's consequences at every goddamn election, this is going to continue to happen. And like I said, it doesn't affect me because I'm not a woman, and I just don't think it just doesn't affect me. I'm not.
You want to watch things change? Watch when all these little white Republican daughters come home with little mixed babies. Then we'll see some shit change. That's why we have to stop. We have to stop taking elections for granted, because for years. The crazy minority has been installing people all throughout the government that is as crazy as they are, and it's going to continue to happen until you take elections as seriously as the crazies do. And right now, the majority does not do that. So
I think the problem is that people take the national elections seriously, but the problem is they don't take the local stuff seriously, and the local stuff is where shit gets done.
Thank you. You're 100%. That's what I'm saying. You said it very succinctly, but that's exactly what I'm saying. So I really don't have an opinion on the thing. I'm just saying you got to wake the fuck up, or else crazy stuff like this is going to continue to happen. These you can't banning mask mandates and all this crap is going to continue to happen until you voted every election and let the majority be heard and not be run by the minority, which is what is going on right now. Go ahead, D.
I think this is like the first time where you'll ever see anti-vaxxers and pro-choice people actually get confused about what rally they're in. Like they're all doing the same chant, my body, my choice. But you're like, oh shit, I thought this was the anti-vaccine rally. And they're like, no, it's pro-choice. And they're like, oh no, I hate you people.
Oh wait! This isn't the climate change is a hoax.
Yeah.
Oh
man, I knew something was weird when I didn't see one Trump banner around here. You guys are pro-abortion. Whoa.
It's ridiculous, man. I just the crazy is overrunning us. I mean, you see it at school board meetings. We've allowed this to happen, though. We have no one to blame but ourselves until we as a majority vote at every election, even the off-year elections. Go ahead, D.
Here's the problem: is we have, and this is just my opinion, okay? And as I say that, you will see you will see the hypocrisy in what I'm about to say. We have taught our children and every other wackadoo out there that your opinion has weight. That regardless of whether or not it's based in fact or science or anything, that you can just pull something out and say, that's how I feel, and you have to respect it. Well, you know what? That's not the case. If you tell me that fucking pigs fly and drop bits of kryptonite out of the sky, and you go, well, that's just my opinion, and that's what I think, and you can't tell me I'm wrong, you're fucking wrong. You are fucking wrong. So how about this? Your opinion you can keep to your fucking self until you do enough research to fucking tell me something. But other than that, I suggest you shut the fuck up, get back in your corner, and put your thumb back in your ass.
The problem is,
I don't know why you were getting so hostile, bro. I was just sharing my opinion.
I know exactly. It's like, no, just because you saw a meme doesn't make it true, you dumb fucks. They take a piece of truth and then they weave a whole story out of whole cloth for this thing and get you people to buy in. And we're doing like 30 to 40% of this country is fucking nuts and they're brainwashed. There's a death.
They're taking horse dewormer.
No, dude, I know.
Horse dewormer. Because, I mean, just the fact, if I said that, like if somebody came up to me and said, you know what I heard? I heard that horse dewormer is a cure for COVID. As soon as you said, I heard horse dewormer, I would be like, dude, no, nobody is going, that's the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. No one. Because
they don't just say it. Look, people don't understand is there is people making money off this. They're spreading that misinformation on the internet. There's it's being spread like they've said like 90% of misinformation is being spread by like a dozen people or something like that, or a dozen companies or a dozen whatever. And people are buying into this. There's money being made. That's why they're doing it, you dumb fucks. That's why Joe Rogan is taking Inverrectin or whatever the fuck it is to.
There was a judge that ordered a hospital to administer a horse dewormer to a guy whose doctor prescribed it.
Yeah, yes. To be fair though, the one prescribed to the guy in Ohio was the human version of the drug. There's a human version, there's an animal version. You had the dumb fucks going out to feed stores buying the horse version on there, buying the livestock version. There is a human version of Inverve Medicine, and it has actual legitimate FDA approval for certain applications.
They should share that information with people. They should just call it horse dewormer.
Yeah,
and maybe I should do a little more studying. I apologize.
Well, you know what? That's why I love you. Is at least you're going to admit, hey, well, I didn't know that part. And you know what? And in fairness to us, the fucking media doesn't share that part because it's not clickbait enough. You can't laugh at people enough by telling them they're taking horse dewormer if they're taking the human version.
No, I laugh at the people that are going to the feed store and getting the feed store sold out of the livestock version and taking that and then shitting themselves in the Kroger. Okay, that I laugh at them, and I still laugh at the people that are trying to insist their doctor give them this. Like she took them to court to give my husband this drug that isn't even an antiviral to treat a virus and hasn't been proven to work. And the only actual study that's come out, randomized controlled study that's come out, has said it doesn't work.
Well, yeah,
but you know what? It's your right to take it. How about that? Is this the road we're going down now? So are we just going to open the floodgates to all illegal drugs and everything? Hey, it's my right to pay for sex. Hey, it's her right to charge for sex. But that's what we draw lines.
Well,
right?
The Republican strategy is this: it's my body, my choice. It's your body, it's my choice.
Well, and here's the issue too, is that everyone now has an opinion because they have a Facebook page or they have social media. Everyone has an opinion, and someone will agree with that opinion. In the old days, before that, there was an opinion that was truth, and that if you had a different opinion, you were just crazy. Well, the problem is that we've realized that we've raised so many crazies now because everyone's opinion is validated by somebody, and as long as they have one 99 people could tell them they're crazy, but as long as they have one, well, now they're going to start a group with that one, and they're going to find another one, and they're going to find another one, and they're going to live a completely different reality with different facts. And
that's the world they choose to live in. They won't go outside of that sphere.
It's crazy.
You know what? I'm going to hang out with people who affirm my beliefs. I'm not going to go. Why go to the library when the books are just full of lies? Who told you that? What?
What I love is every time I try to like talk sense to them, and they're like, no, this is the reality, and they're like, oh, you're just puppeting CNN talking points, and I'm like I can afford cable. All right.
Here's the other one I love. I
don't even watch CNN.
Oh, you're gonna tell us? Oh, because you're woke? Oh, like you know what? Yeah, I'm woke because I don't live my life like a fucking asshole. And we can't continue to live the way we always have just because we've always done it. If you realize over time, if you've learned that maybe, hey, this is offensive to some people, and you can then change it, and it doesn't even affect you. Well, then fucking do it. Yes, then I'm woke. Get the fuck. I can't.
That's the thing that I was confused. Oh, go ahead, D. Sorry.
I'll tell you what. The worst thing that ever happened to us is the internet, and then stupid people getting together, and they were like, you know what? We should rebel against smart people. And what word can we use? And they were like, woke. We'll use woke to like bash intellect. And so all the dummies got together, and they were like, hey, are you woke? Woke like it's a bad thing. It's like, hey, do you love people? Yes, I do. Do you respect people? Yes, I do. Well, I ain't living your woke life. You ain't gonna put other people's respect on me. Well, look, Cletus, jump the fuck back into your fucking Ford truck or whatever the fuck you drove here that has 4x4 and truck nuts on it. I don't care.
Right.
But I will tell you this. I respect you enough not to fucking wish that you get hit by a truck or something, because I respect who you are as a person. Now, how about that? Does your choices? It's just crazy to me.
And it's like, okay, hey, maybe Redskins is offensive. Maybe we don't have. Oh, you're woke. Oh, you woke? No, it's offensive, and who cares? It's just a name. Maybe if it offends people, well, you're calling them Redskins, and that goes back to the days when we were slaughtering Indians. Hey, how about let's not do that? Maybe.
Well, there was also the Washington Smallpox and Blankets football team is what they were going to call themselves, and they were like, no, that's way too offensive. They were like, how about the Washington Godless Savages? How about that? And they were like, no. And they were like, can we do something a little less offensive? And they were like, well, how about Redskins? Redskins sounds good.
So a couple things. First of all, Gina says, aren't we all a little cussy today? I'm sorry.
Where is Gina, by the way? If she's able to listen and comment.
Because she's driving. She got to take the damn kids. She's got 10 kids, and 9 of them aren't even hers. And yet,
is it like one of them old enough to drive the others by now?
I don't even understand it. I don't
School
understand
is no joke. That shit is no joke. It is no joke.
By the way, have you noticed that Demetrius and I are the same color?
I have. I've been sick.
What? You've been sick? No, that was natural. I mean, I'm just a good-looking sumbitch, because we all know darker is better. Well, up until a point, again, then you're too dark.
Yeah.
But,
See, and that's a horrible thing when like white people, you guys can just get and when I say white people, I just mean people who tan, tan, but then they get to a certain tan and then it stops, right? When there's light-skinned people of color who drive, we're safe in the wintertime, and then it starts getting touch and go like at spring when the sun starts coming out, and then we surpass our comfortable brown status, and then it's like, oh shit, now we're driving a little bit slower than we usually do. We're hitting our turn signals a little bit earlier, wearing our seatbelt because now we're an uncomfortable black.
People's like, I can't even.
I'm not. I'm the whitest white guy you'll ever white. So I'm out of this.
So anyway, Gina will be back at some point. Donnie's off today. He woke up with a headache. The Bucks are playing tonight. Gina says, "Go Bucks!" Gina's in the car. There she is. Hi, Gina. We miss you.
She's on her phone.
I know.
Nobody else has their driver's license, people.
Nobody has a driver's license, so
well, that seems like a failure on your part. You got to get them to the BMV.
No, they have to show me they're responsible enough before they can get behind the wheel of a deadly.
Yep. But you're their parent, so that's never going to happen.
Demetrius from.
So yeah, I miss you guys a lot. I miss reeling you guys in a lot. But we have, I have 4 kids I have to run around in the morning to get to school, and I have 3 jobs now. So there's that.
All right. Well, we miss you. We love you. Look cute. Look at you. You're all cuted up. Damn. You must be going to work.
Tonight, kickoff. Yay.
Oh, yeah. Bucks tonight. All right. See you later. Bye.
Get that Boost mobile internet.
I know, right? Janelle Winterfield says, good morning. Hey, we got a lot of people listening this morning. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. If you could share the stream in your feed. Say, hey, Andrews in the morning with Demetrius Nicodemus, Christine, we're all back having a good time. This is what we're listening to while you're listening to shitty terrestrial radio. This is what I'm watching or listening to. So please do that. And also you can get it, the podcast, if you missed any of it, everywhere you get podcasts, the Spotify, the iHeartMedia, the Apple Podcasts, wherever.
Stop saying the.
It's for effect.
Yeah.
It's for the funny. The funny.
So I do have a question for you guys, and we're kind of taking serious topics, but I think we've done a good job with them. I don't think anyone can do it. I don't think anyone does a better job discussing serious topics than we do, honestly, in general. But today, especially, we just seem to be on a roll. So I'm going to bring up another one. So Perrysburg has Harrison Rally Days, right? Well, then the community was all up in arms because Harrison family was a slave owners, so they didn't want to be. So after decades, they decided to change the name to Positively Perrysburg Festival or some shit like that. So then they did that.
Festival.
Yeah, so then they canceled the festival because COVID is starting to get out of control again, and it was hard to find vendors and blah 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 and volunteers.
You would have had more people positive in Perrysburg if you held the festival.
So they got rid of the festival there. So then some people that were saying that we changed the name because we're woke, that they decided they're gonna go back to Harrison Rally days, and now they brought the festival back on the same day. I'm not sure where it's going to be, but it was put on by the Perrysburg Chamber of Commerce. They're the ones that canceled it. Now some other rogue small town white folks decided that they're going to go back to Harrison Rally days, and this is the way it's going to be. So now I can hold on, D, before you answer. I can clearly see both sides of this argument. I can clearly see it. As God has given me this ability to see both sides, I can see it. Harrison, it's what it's always been called. No one even knows who Harrison is, blah, blah, blah. The other side is he was a slave owner. He was a former president, but the slave stuff, we can't glorify that, blah, blah, blah. So that's where the impasse is right there. The question is, there is a line, and I'm wondering what that line is. So you can be a former slave owner, but what if he raped some women? Well, but women couldn't vote, so what's the big deal if he raped a few women back in the day? So we still call it Harrison Rally, or he murdered a few people. But back then it was just people that didn't really matter, blah blah blah. So I know there's a line, and for some people it's not slave owner is not the line, but where is the line where you say, all right, this dude, he was a great guy, let's say you stack up, he was president, he was this great dude, he saved us from being Canada and all this stuff, but he also had this stuff on the other side. Where does it
really get paid from Canada?
I don't know. He's the one that from what I've gathered, and I haven't done a whole lot of research on it, but
I mean you look at Canada.
I know. Maybe I want to be Canada.
And then you look at the U.S. Was it really being saved?
Who knew 200 years later? But like I said, I can see both sides. At what point is it too much? Like you're like, all right, we can't celebrate this dude anymore, or is it just is it just a name? Can we not? Where does that lie?
It's just if your day ends in rally, I would reevaluate the festival. That's just,
I don't want hearing that.
Me, if it yeah.
No,
I hear that.
You guys hear an echo?
Yeah.
I think that's.
But I'm going to tell you, nothing good comes that ends in rally. Like Klan rally, they ruined it for everybody.
White supremacy rally.
Yeah.
That's why I don't go to rallies.
What, pep rallies good?
Are they? Are they?
Yeah, they're mandatory.
You get out of class.
Oh, I get out of class. And then I have to go to another mandatory school event.
Demetrius turned his mic off. I'm not hearing the echo, but obviously you guys are, and Gina is hearing. You don't hear me at all?
You hear it. I hear you very clearly.
Yep.
Where's the okay? Turn your mute yourself, Demetrius. Let's see if it's still there. And that's how we can find out. Echo.
Yep, it's still there.
All right, now mute yourself, Tiefel. And do you guys still hear the echo? No. All right.
Do. Yeah.
Go ahead. Really? So it's you two. Everyone echoes, but they're saying everyone is echoing, but me. And it wasn't doing it. It just started, right? Because I didn't change anything.
Do you have a speaker on your computer, Andrew?
No, definitely not. Let me look. Talk. Nope.
Talk.
No speaker.
Nobody talked while you had the headphones off.
No, go ahead.
Talk.
Yeah, no speaker. Just I haven't touched or changed anything. Is it still there?
Troubleshooting brought to you by Andrew Z in the morning.
Oh, Dimitri says it's gone now.
It's open. But my dog just I don't know.
Is it still there?
So I don't know.
Just getting up my head. This is the first time we've done this.
I know. Well, we're going so well, and then all of a sudden, I don't know. Audio. Echo cancellation is on.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Okay, it's gone. All right. I don't know.
And Demetrius left.
Oh shit, where'd he go?
Demetrius leaves and it goes away.
So
I think
it must have been
I think
him.
we pinpointed the issue. Oh wait, there it is.
It's still there.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if the audience is hearing it.
Andrew said Demetrius did have a really bad echo. Man, that sucks. We were going so good. All right, couple things. Hopefully D will come back. Oh, there he is. Let's see if he's gone away. Hi.
Hi.
Did it go away?
Yeah.
No?
No, still there. And with me too for some reason.
And no one touched anything. All right, let me
back in.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing. You sign out. I'm going to sign out.
Do. See, I don't hear anything now. This is the best part of the show right here. Hi. It's my little African head and my Vice golf cap. So nobody's signing back in. It's just going to be you guys and me.
I'm back.
Is it better now?
I don't hear it.
Oh, hey, Andrew says you're good now.
Yep.
All right. Well, there you go. Okay. So anyway, so Harrison Rally Days. I don't know what the line is, but I get it. You know, people do want to stay with some sort of history, but then what is the line to where it's Why
did they have a festival for Harrison?
Because like you said, we would have lost a war or something if he hadn't built Fort Meg.
I know, but is he like from Perry's? Oh, he built Fort Meg. Okay, is he like from Perrysburg or the immediate area? Like what? What made them go? Hey, let's name this after this obscure president. Barely anyone knows.
And then here's the thing: is let's say we are woke now. I'll use that word just because we've been making fun of that word. Let's say we're woke now. How much can you hold the past? To standards of us being woke now 200 years later.
See, they say that you can't hold the past to the same standards of today, which to an extent is true. However, when it comes to the topic of slavery, they knew it was wrong. There were abolitionist movements as far back in Europe as the 14th century. All right. We knew slavery was wrong. We knew chattel slavery was definitely wrong. We just kept doing it because it made us money.
Well, see, so then that's a good point. So almost like putting past history through a woke filter, it just needs to be done by normal fucking people like Tiefel. It says, hey, we knew back then that it was wrong and we still did it. Well, then you still need to be judged harshly for
the moral question was never up. We knew it was wrong.
Go ahead, D.
So here's the question then. All right. Are we never, ever going... Because if this is the trend, then we will never have heroes ever again. Right? We will never... Because even in the Bible, and for everybody who loves... And I occasionally flip through it because I find some encouragement within those words. But I will tell you... The only perfect person, and it says it in the Bible, was Jesus himself. We are imperfect creatures, but we hold ourselves to a standard that demands that people be perfect. Right?
I you know what? You've just enlightened me into the fact that, yes, you're exactly right. Nobody is perfect. Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like I said before. Where is the line? So is the line, okay, he had slaves. Okay, well, nobody's perfect. He raped a couple women, but women couldn't even vote, so he's not perfect, so it's cool. Like what? It's kind of...
You know what? It's like, I think when, like somebody said it once, I don't know art, but I know art when I see it. Right?
No. It was you're thinking it's the same principle, but you're thinking of the
porn.
Supreme Court justice. Yeah, exactly.
Porn. It was porn. I don't know what porn is, but I know porn when I see it.
Exactly.
Right?
It was a Supreme
All
Court
right, that's
justice.
the exact opposite of what. Actually, I'm a thought dyslexic, and I tie everything to the exact opposite of what it was supposed to be. And And here's the thing. Like, you can celebrate the fact that he made Fort Meigs, but there shouldn't be a part of it that goes, well, here's the thank God he had slave section of the festival. Like there's that's a thing. I can celebrate a great event that maybe a flawed man made successful.
Huh. And I love
but the danger goes, and Demetrius is right, but the danger goes, okay, we're over time, because less and less people learn more and more in depth about the man's life, that it becomes more of an idolization, or becomes more of a this man is so great, and people don't look too deep into it where you're not just celebrating the one incident, you then end up idolizing the whole man.
But here's the issue then that falls on adults, that falls on the people who are supposed to lead and impart this information onto the younger generation is, hey, all right, let's look at this guy, but look at him in his entirety. Let's look at him yes, he did this great thing, but we're going to say, yes, that was a great thing. But we also know that he was a flawed individual. So let's not take this thing and make it seem like he was placed on this planet by God, but let's take it in its all-encompassing form. JFK was a good president. Was he a flawed individual? Absolutely. He was. He cheated on his wife. He did a bunch of horrible shit. But let's look at him in his entirety, right?
So let me. I love this, and I love how we can have a reasonable discussion. And like I said, there's such good points on both sides. Is JFK? So he was banging women on the side. So does that
allegedly?
Yeah. So then do we not? But we continue to celebrate him. So infidelity is okay. Slave ownership is not okay. Like
you don't go down the path of comparing infidelity to slavery.
Well, that's what is okay to still celebrate a man, and what is not okay. Obviously, slave ownership. Some people are saying no, but some people are saying yes. But everyone is like, cool. He cheated on his wife. No big deal. We love the guy. But same with Bill Clinton. He cheated on his wife all the time. Yeah, we love it. He was a great.
Is there any I've never been to this Harrison Rally Days. Is there anything at the Harrison Rally Days that actually celebrates Harrison, or is it just a name they chose? Like, do they have a booth that's like, learn all about Harrison, or Bob for Harrison heads?
I don't know if it's. I don't know if it started with Harrison stuff, but there's no Harrison. Like, you wouldn't know who Harrison was going to this rally. But again, you pull back, it takes more of a
other than the fact that it's named Rally.
Let's talk about John Cedar Point, whose original amusement park was slaves pulling white people around on wagons.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, we don't talk about that anymore.
The corkscrew was just him, white people, and a bucket of wine.
Well, like I said, the problem is that this will continue to be a debate because there is no right answer. Like I said, there's compelling argument on both sides. Is a good man, but he did some stupid things. Is that okay? Or he did some stupid things, and we're writing him off. So like I said, you could put a valid argument on both sides. So I don't think that argument is never going to go away. One other thing I want to talk about, and to me this was very interesting, and it's a careful. It falls in the category and is a perfect example of careful what you wish for. Mike Richards was the executive producer of Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. He could have been the executive producer of Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy till the end of time. The shows were successful. They loved him, blah, blah, blah. But he's like, you know what? Alex Trebek is dead. I want to host this show. So it's one of those things where once you put something in motion in the universe, you have to be aware that consequences, good or bad, could happen. Now,
what I love most about this whole thing is everybody on the internet was saying, "Hey, let's put LeVar Burton as the host of Jeopardy." Like, everybody. It's like LeVar Burton, and Jeopardy goes, how about this guy that's just been a producer and never in front of the camera? Let's put him up.
Well, but everyone liked him though. Apparently, he did a good job. I don't watch Jeopardy, so apparently he did a good job, which is the reason they gave him the job. But the point was now, not only has he lost that job because of stuff he said on a podcast and some tweets or some offensive shit that we were talking about,
7 years ago.
7, yeah, no,
7
it's the same.
years ago.
Almost the same argument, and people could take shit that we say
people
on
go
here.
farther back. Regular people go farther back than a background check. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I love Demetrius and I love this show because even though it's not maybe more popular to pile on, but common sense is always number one on this show, even if it goes against the grain. And I love that. Like, dude, should he have lost the job? Fuck no. But I guess my point was though that if he would have just stayed behind the scenes and done his executive producer job, but once you set things in motion, you don't know what's going to happen. And at first, he gets the Jeopardy job. It's a dream job, the dream job of a lifetime. And then a week later, before he can get to host one show, he's completely out of the show as executive producer of both shows, and he's not the host anymore. And he set it in motion where he could have just laid back to where he was if he was comfortable and rode that shit out. But you careful what you wish for. Go ahead.
And the problem is nobody learned from what happened to Tiger Woods. Nobody learned from that shit. And this was it's all packaging. Like, you want to come out, the first thing you want to say to somebody is, "Oh my God, I'm so good, I'm so great," and look at this. I'm like, if you just came out and were just real with people instead of going, like, "Oh, look how perfect I am," which is what Tiger Woods did. The whole thing. They tried to turn him into this perfect family man and this thing, and they were like, "We're gonna turn you into this marketable person," when in reality, what he was he liked to go out and bang Waffle House waitresses and shit like that. And people were like, and once that came out, and that was such a drastic change from what they were pushing, the public perception of him, then they were like, "Fuck, you're done, bro. You're done."
It wasn't even that it came out. It was how explosively it came out, with his wife beating his SUV with a golf club. I knew about the first 5, but the 85 other?
But here's the thing. Like, and I wanted to have this. I'm glad you guys brought it up because I didn't write it down, but I wanted to have this conversation. Why is it that Tiger Woods banging some chicks destroys his career, but yet we don't hold Charlie Sheen to the same standard? We don't hold Charlie Sheen's done some shit worse than Tiger Woods. Alec Baldwin's done shit worse than Tiger Woods. I can name 10 people that we either idolize or celebrities or that are known in this world. So why do they get what's another one? Why do they get a pass?
Because they owned their shit. They owned it. Right? They came out right.
Another one. Donald Trump's another one.
And he does not apologize. He's like, "Look, what you see is what you get." Like, if he had like packaged himself in this, I care for everybody. There's occasionally, but he was like, he goes, "You know what? I say weird, crass shit," and people were like, "Dude, when you get in front of it, when you own it, like the first thing you should do if you run for president is go, look, I got a lot of weird shit in my past." That's what you should say. That covers everything. And then when people start fucking busting stuff out, you're like, "What did I tell you in the beginning? I told you it was weird. I told you it was shit. I told you it was weird shit. Now, what else do you got?"
Wow. And that's what Donald Trump did. He embraced it.
They actually did this on Parks and Rec. On there, they had a local Councilman Dexhart, who just had a sex scandal almost every 6 months on there, and he would just go in front of the cameras and he would just admit it and just say, "Yeah, of course I did it," and all this stuff, and just give the details and do all that stuff, and he just kept getting reelected because he just, like Dee said, he just owned it. It was me. This is who I am. You know what I am. You keep electing me. You must like it.
So let me ask you this then. At what point then, because I see Donald Trump in two ways, and it goes back to him. And number one, he owns it. He's like, "Yeah, I don't give it. They are assholes, whatever, but he owns it." But then he lies all the time.
But he told you he's a liar. He's told you that.
But people believe it.
Yeah, but then he goes like this. But these are the people who have been lying to you and told you that they weren't liars. It's mainstream media. Look at Matt Lauer, who comes off holier than thou. Look at what he's done. He's trapped women in rooms and raped them until, like, he allows them to leave. But then he'll go out and tell you how you can be a better person the next day, and with these 5 easy steps from eating salad to steak. You know, are you fucking kidding me? You know why Michael Strahan is so successful? Because he owns his shit. His wife burned all his shit out in front of the house when she caught him cheating. And he was like, yep, I fucked up. You know what? Nobody fucks with him anymore.
Well, it's a great lesson, and it goes back to being in the old days. That's the way it was. But here's the problem now. So let's say here's the problem with the society, how it's changed. If I get caught doing something, and then I say, I'm sorry, hey, I fucked up, I got caught, you know, with me at the restaurant, hey, I fucked up, I did some stupid shit, and I got caught, and that's what it is. They're like, oh, you're only sorry because you got caught. But that's what sorry is. You get caught, and then you reflect, and then you're like, I don't like. That's such a weird. It's deflected the sorry. It's like, what's the point of saying sorry? Because then people aren't going to accept your sorry. They're like, well, he's only sorry because he got caught. He's not really sorry. But
yeah, because they watch soap operas. That's what it is. They watch soap operas and they see all these television shows and movies where people are so overwhelmed by guilt where they just blurt it out. But usually they don't remember that those people are usually in a fucking courtroom. But anyway, they go like, they say some shit like, you know what, I've just been, and they expect people to confess. They're like, I was so racked with guilt, I confessed. People say they're sorry when they get caught. That is just nobody just throws out an unsolicited I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna walk up to
when
Colleen,
that happens.
I'm not gonna walk up to Colleen and be like, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what for? and the immediate thing is when you say that shit, they immediately assume it's because you were about to get caught. So there's like,
I don't know. And by the way, real quick, if you guys could, if you've liked today's show, can you give us a thumbs up? I like to see the thumbs like just popping up. If you're watching and you like the show, give us something that helps get the algorithms. I don't know how it all works, but I know that if you comment and if you hit the like button with your thumb or whatever, then it helps us get the show out. If you can share it, that would be awesome as well. We appreciate you guys for watching and doing all that stuff. All right, it's time for the news with Ebenezer Bushrod, everybody, as we wrap today's show up. Ebenezer?
You got 16 stories.
It's 4. It's always 4.
No,
All right, we got Stan. We got Stan news. We got out of Afghanistan. Last show, I brought to you news about how elated the Taliban were and how giddy they were, and said they went to the amusement park after they took over Kabul. And then they started going into the military bases and they discovered the gym equipment, and they were just absolutely beside themselves with all this stuff and just having a grand old time. Well, that elation has now turned into bitter disappointment and frustration as they have found that the helicopters left behind at the Kabul airport have been disabled and they are unable to be flown. On there, an Al Jazeera reporter was there at the airport interviewing Taliban, and they feel betrayed and angry that the U.S. Army, the U.S. military, did not leave this equipment fully functional for them, because we're the government now on there, and it could have been great for us to use. We thought that it's a national asset. They would have just left it for us. So
this car has no wheels. It's a helicopter. We're supposed to teach them how to use all this shit too.
I mean, they got pilots. They got pilots too. They just can't fly them.
No, they can fly them. They just can't land them.
That probably would have been better. But yeah, I will also use this opportunity to point out there is that image. I think Ted Cruz shared it. It's a video that allegedly shows the Taliban flying a U.S. helicopter with a man hanging by the neck from it. That video is 100% fake. The guy is actually harnessed in and being evacuated out of a spot on there. It's not the Taliban, and he's not being killed.
Can I say something real quick to
Was
those?
there no room inside the helicopter? Why do I gotta hang out of it to get out? Why am
Because
I like a huge
helicopter hovers
Taliban pinata? That shit ain't cool.
the helicopter hovers over. They send it down. You go, and then they pull you up eventually.
Oh, look, you hit it. There's no candy falling out of him. Hit it again.
Hey, can you pull me up before you start moving?
I'm throwing Snickers at these motherfuckers. This shit is getting out of control. Maybe that's what that entire country needs. It's just a big boatload of Snickers.
You know
Maybe that's what they're all turning to Betty White.
You know what? We're sending them rice, but send them fucking Snickers. Everyone is in a better mood when you eat candy. That is just a scientific fact. I think that even it releases some sort of chemicals into your brain or something that makes you a happier person.
I would say even set up a train factory so everybody can get forced air. Maybe that's what they're missing. It is AC. I mean,
AC and candy.
Yeah, it is hard to be a militant when it is 65 degrees in your house. It is hard.
Yeah, you don't want to go outside and chop someone's head off in 110-degree weather. It's 65 in your house.
Billy, put on the suicide vest. Are you fucking kidding? It is 65. I got Hulu Live. Are you kidding? Get the shit out of here.
I should have brought IKEA into the country.
I'd drive that country deeper into fucking ruin with nobody being able to put together their furniture.
So,
wait, what are all these extra screws?
I don't know. Shove them in the vest.
we got a bizarre incident out of India. A newly married, just 18 months long marriage, a Muslim woman took her husband to the Sharia court seeking a divorce because he never fought with her. Their marriage was too perfect. Oh. She messed up. He forgave her. He helped with household chores. He cooked meals for her, but there was no conflict. There was no fighting. And she felt that this was grounds for divorce, and the Sharia court laughed her out of the court. And then she tried to take it to the local village leaders and be like, I want to get a divorce. This is my reason. And they, of course, laughed her out of the room and told her to work out her marriage herself on there. So, yes, this woman is trying to get a divorce because her husband is too perfect.
No.
I don't know why you go to a Sharia court. I don't know if that's the move.
It's a little hard for women in Sharia courts.
Right, yeah. This day on Sharia court, we have Abdullah Abba, who has come here claiming that her DVD player has been broken and defiled by this man, Abdullah Hussam Hababa, who says, yes, he did it, but fuck her, she's a woman.
You know, if you ever try to run for any office, or if they ever try to do a Demetrius Nicodemus rally days, there's so much shit that they're gonna pull up. You're gonna
First of all, no, because the first thing I'm gonna say is there's a lot of weird shit in the past.
Yeah, I have too many skeletons to run for politics.
Dude, I got a crematorium back here. That is where I had to make room for new skeletons.
I had to burn some skeletons.
Yeah,
to make room for the new ones.
So, well, bringing her back to the States, we all love a McFlurry. They're delicious, but the machine is always broken down, and you can't ever seem to get ice cream at McDonald's. Well, for those people that are always eternally frustrated by this, there is hope. The FTC is now on the job. They have opened an investigation. They have reached out to franchisors and franchisors and the corporate offices, asking questions about their suppliers and equipment, and review whether or not how the whole process works and whether or not things are set up to fail.
What is that really is a good question. What is the problem here? Because everyone else can feel like you don't go to Wendy's and they're never out. You don't go to Burger King and their shit is ever out. You don't go to Mr. Freeze. You don't go to Mr. G's. You don't go to any of these to where the ice cream is out. Why is it only McDonald's?
Owners have complained that the machines are too complicated on there, and fixing them is way too hard.
Huh. All right.
So
Well,
the government decided to take up that question. The government.
Yeah.
The government.
I think that's totally legit.
The government wants to
Yeah,
know
I
why
mean,
McDonald's
got-
ice cream machines aren't working. Our government.
Well, when you say it like
I mean, we already got out of Afghanistan. We need a new cause.
Demetrius, when you say it like that, it sounds ridiculous. You have to stop saying it like that.
Is it the same people who talk to baseball athletes about steroids? Or is it the same? Are those the same
This
people?
isn't
There's
Congress.
cheating in baseball. We need to have a congressional meeting. But what? I love the fact that these guys hit baseball to the fucking moon. It's awesome. I say more steroids in baseball.
Yeah. And if everyone can do it, why? What's the big deal?
Man,
All right.
why is the ice cream machine broken? Fuck, really?
I do want to know why are they?
Yeah.
They have the greatest equipment. They have the most money of any place. Why can't they just keep their ice cream machine working?
Don't we
See,
have like a consumers like organization that was like run by some guy who tried to be president, Ralph Nader? Like, isn't that a question best suited for him rather than my government?
Stop trying to make the U.S. government sound silly. That's traitor talk.
yeah.
Let them investigate the ice cream.
Traitor talk. You traitor.
My McFlurry is not from Ireland.
I'm telling you, even it's going to be hard for me to take my kids to Demetrius Rally Days as well, as the way you're acting right now.
Dude, I'm telling you, but my rally days are gonna be woke and lit.
I didn't know you could put those two together.
Hell yeah, lit woke. Hashtag.
Lit woke. All right, is that it? Is that it, Chris?
I got one final one, and this is the pièce de résistance of stories today. I want to tell you about Tyson Gilbert. Tyson Gilbert was driving his Honda Accord, and he was noticed by the Highway Patrol blocking traffic on Highway 70 near Dowelltown, Tennessee. So as soon as they got behind him and flipped on their cherries, he rabbited. He made a run for it, and he led them through 2 counties. Before they finally deployed a spike strip. And when that didn't work, they surrounded his vehicle and forced him to stop. Well, during this chase, he was erratic all over the road. And they didn't really understand it until he threw his dick out the window.
What?
He had, during the chase through the 2 counties, had taken time to cut off his own genitals.
Oh, whew.
And then
I thought it was just so big he just threw it out the window like to distract them as it dragged across the pavement, and people were like, holy shit, what is this, Dune? What is this, Tremors? Is Kevin Bacon in that car?
So he had apparently mutilated himself and then threw his genitals out the window. When they caught up to him, he was naked, covered in blood, and said that he did it to save the world.
What if,
All right.
What if it did, though? I mean, what if it did? Like, honestly, what if like a big armada of spaceships turned around as soon as they saw his dick come out the window? They were like, okay, we can all go. He has met our demands. We will no longer try to conquer this planet.
Or like
Zeke
we'll
has
never
cut
be able
his
to
penis off.
we'll never be able to conquer them. Look at this dude. This dude's cutting his own dick off and throw it away. They're crazy. Let's get away.
He's going to be in jail, and he's just going to go, you guys don't know the sacrifice I made for this planet. This is disturbing. Nobody is thanking me. I don't have a rally day. This is bullshit. Cockless rally day.
Tyson Gibson saved the world in 2021.
Absolutely. All right, there it is. WTF News with Ebenezer Bushrod. Thank you, Chris Tiefel. Appreciate you, Demetrius Nicodemus. If you need some insurance, I think, Demetrius, you're giving away some prizes, aren't you?
I am giving away
What's going on?
family memberships to the Toledo Zoo.
Damn.
And 2. Yep. You have 2 chances to win. All you have to do is just get a quote. That's it. You don't got to buy nothing.
Yep.
You just got to get a quote. Renters, auto, any kind of line of business that you get quoted gets you an extra entry into the contest.
Very cool. All right, and don't forget, you guys, if you missed any of the show, you can get it anywhere on podcasts, everywhere you get your podcasts. We appreciate it. All right, guys, we will see you next week, everybody. All right, love you guys. Bye. Bye.
I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo Digital Media.
Come on!